Alright guys, so this is another Patreon request, and this one comes from Bill McLaughlin, who asked me to do a kind of crossover story called Target Ishikawa, from one of the characters from Lupin the Third. So as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can start sending requests for videos to do here on YouTube once you hit the third tier. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this, and let's get started. The story begins with Ishikawa on a job with Lupin and the two of them are trying to break into a vault in Italy. So they're trying to break into this vault in Italy, and what happens is that they get it open, and Lupin immediately is like suspect, because he's like, that lock should have taken me another 30 minutes. Why did it open so easily? Like, why did it, pop open the way it did? Because that shouldn't have happened. Like, that should not have been the case. And the reason why it popped open was because it essentially what happened was that someone opened it on the inside, and Lupin and Ishikawa are like, wondering like what the deal is. So they go inside, and Lupin's like being careful, because it's like he already knows, like, this is a trap, dude. Like, you and I already know that this is probably without a doubt a trap for either of us. So let's just go in there, let's just see what happens, and figure out what to go from there. So immediately Lupin steps on a tripwire. Ishikawa sees it. He grabs Lupin. The whole thing blows up and almost kills them. So So obviously the alarms go off. They have to like get back to Higan, who's at the car. He's being the getaway driver, and he's like, that did not sound good. So they run out, but immediately as they run out, there's a red dot on Ishikawa, like right on him, and he ducks. But when he ducks, he doesn't realize that Lupin was right behind him when they were running out. So he gets struck, and yeah, he now has to like run, because now there's a shooter out there. But the thing is, it's like Ishikawa immediately realizes that he's not shooting at Lupin. That bullet wasn't meant for him. That was meant for me. Like, Lupin's not the target. I'm the target here. So Ishikawa gets with Higan's help, he gets Lupin into the car, and they have to like find somewhere to get him patched up. Well, Ishikawa heads out to find out where the shooter came from. And soon enough, he discovers who it is, and it's fucking Deathstroke. Yeah, and Ishikawa's like, oh shit, that's Deathstroke the Terminator. That guy's the most dangerous mercenary on the planet. I've heard everything about him. I know that this guy is one of the top 10 don't fuck with these guys on the planet, and now and now I gotta fight this guy. And Slade is just kind of standing there, like, he's got his gun over his shoulder, and he's like, if it makes you feel any better, I wasn't trying to aim, as you probably already guessed, I wasn't aiming for your friend. You're my target. Like, Ishikawa draws his sword, and he's like, I want to know why you decided to attack one of my friends. Like, why did you decide to, to try to kill one of my friends? And he's like, why did you try to kill me and end up trying to almost kill one of my friends? And he's like, to be honest, there's a lot of zeros on your head right now. And Ishikawa's like, why? Like, why me? I can understand Lupin, the idiot is the world's greatest thief, so, but why me specifically? And he's like, well, if you live long enough, maybe you'll figure it out. So him and Deathstroke fight, and Ishikawa's like, I've never fought, like, I fought vampires, I have fought monsters, I've never really fought someone who can move this fast. Like, he is moving on my level of speed. He is basically, like, moving on a level that I can barely keep up with. So Slade, as while him and Slade are fighting, what basically happens next is that another gunshot range, like another series of gunshots happen. Ishikawa and Slade get out of the way, and Ishikawa asks Slade, "Was that you? Was that you? Was that one of your friends?" He's like, "I work alone. That's someone trying to take my money." And up on the like a 2 miles, like in a far other skyscraper, they're standing there with a rifle is just Golgo 13. So yeah, now we've got another anime character thrown in here. So Golgo and Slade's like, oh no, he ain't getting my money. So Slade leaves to go deal with Golgo, and Ishikawa is immediately like, well, while they're distracted, I can get out of here. But as he's trying to escape, he runs into another assassin, and this time, because I don't normally do like these comic anime like major universe crossovers, but this is what Bill asked of me. He runs into Taskmaster, and Taskmaster is just like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm here to kill ya. So Ishikawa now has to deal with Golgo, Slade, and Taskmaster, who are all vying against each other to get the contract on him. Like, they're all trying to vie for the same contract, and Ishikawa has to like battle all three of them on multiple occasions. He knows he can't like fight it, like as good as Ishikawa is, he knows he can't fight all three of them. Like, he can maybe take on one or two, but all three of these top assassins coming after him, yeah, there's no way he can fight them. There's no way he can fight all three. So he has to figure out he basically has to figure out who ordered this hit on him, like who could put this hit out on him. So Ishikawa does like some digging. He even gets Fujiko's help. He actually like finds Fujiko, who's like, I heard about that contract on your head, and I heard about Lupin. Is he okay? And he's like, he's stable, but I've got three of the most dangerous people on the planet gunning for me, and I need your help. So with Fujiko's help, Ishikawa discovers that what happened is that someone did put that price on his head, and it's $350 million. $350 million for the head of Gonomon Ishikawa. And he's like, who would have that kind of money? Son of a bitch. So Ishikawa goes to the far east of Japan, and while doing that, he has to like evade all three of the assassins, and then he also runs into another assassin, Zartan. Yes, we're putting a little. Bill asked me to put Zartan in here too. So So now he's got 4 mercenaries after him, and Zartan, like all 4 of them are gunning for him, and it isn't until like he does discover who it is, and it's someone that during his assassin days, it was someone who survived. It was a man named Goro Maki, and Maki did survive Ishikawa's blade. The difference was he was left without legs, and half of his face is gone. So he's been stewing he's been massing a fortune so he could like finally kill Ishikawa for nearly taking his life and taking away his good looks, because he always prided himself on vanity. But Ishikawa's like, yeah, I don't I thought I killed you, but I'm gonna change that right now. So Ishikawa goes in, cuts Maki's head off, and without their patron, without their own, the contract's terminated, without their own, there's no one to pay them. So the 4 other assassins are like, well, fuck, guess you get off, kid, but wait until someone asks for $450 million on you. And your friend, when someone finally puts a price on your friend's head, we're going to come after you again. So, there you go. That is pretty much Target Ishikawa. I want to thank Bill McLaughlin for this Patreon request and continued patronage. And yeah, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon. You guys can start sending requests for videos to do here on YouTube once you hit the 3rd tier. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.